Hey, what's up, family? So today in Black History Month, we're going to talk about an African teacher and apologist named Lactantius. Let's go. So Lactantius was an African teacher who converted to Christianity and deeply impacted the Christian faith with his gift of rhetoric, philosophy, and apologetics. Lactantius's real name was Lucius Caelius Firmanius Lactantius, and he studied with a man by the name of Arnobius and then moved to Asia Minor, where he lectured on rhetoric in Nicomedia. During the persecution of Diocletian, he was forced to flee from that area and he experienced great times of need. And after the Edict of Toleration, he was a member of the court of Constantine and actually tutored one of Constantine's children by the name of Crispus. Lactantius was a significant figure in early Christian history and was known primarily for his influential writings and his role as an advisor to Emperor Constantine. His writings infused philosophy and his personal literary training in order to confound opponents of the Christian faith that he had converted to. As a North African Christian rhetorician and apologist, he earned the title the Christian Cicero due to his elegant writing style and effective advocacy for Christianity. So let's talk about some of the stuff that he wrote. So his work on the anger of God addressed both crime and punishment, and his work on the workmanship of God addressed the pinnacle of God's creation, humanity, and he used creation to point to God's infinite wisdom and goodness. Lactantius taught that Christian faith combined religion and true wisdom. But of all the stuff that he wrote, his two chief works that he's known for are the Divine Institutions and his treatise on the death of persecutors. So the Divine Institutions was written during the Great Persecution from about 303 to 313 AD and was a forerunner to Augustine's City of God in its defense of Christianity against paganism. Lactantius's background in rhetoric enabled him to explain Christian ideas to a Roman audience, making him valuable to the early church. Divine Institutions was also had an apologetic purpose to it as well. And in it, Lactantius offers a presentation in an elegant style and directed to well-educated readers of the teachings of Christianity. Lactantius actually called it himself and said it was his epitome. His other work on the death of persecutors dealt with persecutions since the beginning of Christianity. And in reality, its historical value is much greater in respect to the years in which Lactantius himself had actually lived. So the thesis of Lactantius is that God punishes those who persecute the church, and particularly by allowing them to die in pain and in anguish. Sometimes Lactantius seemed to take pleasure in telling the last sufferings of some of the emperors, as in was the case in Galerius, whom he describes as dying by being consumed by worms. Lactantius developed a coherent body of Christian ethical thinking, linking justice with true worship and emphasizing equality before God. He also championed the humanity of the needy and the useless, advocating for Christian generosity towards those who are in need. Lactantius's writings, which drew on classical authors and addressed issues such as God's nature and sovereignty, marked the beginning of systematic theology in the Latin-speaking world. And his ability to present Christianity in ways understandable to pagans, combined with his influence on Constantine's emerging Christian policies, it solidified his importance in church history. So in Lactantius, we see the importance of being able to explain theology and do apologetics, but speaking it in the language of the people so that they can actually understand you. If you're enjoying this particular series, man, I really want you to consider taking this upcoming course in urban apologetics, where we're going to be discussing people like Lactantius all throughout this particular conference. So beginning Wednesday, February 19th, which is just over a week away, we're going to begin with Dr. Vince Bantu talking about the importance of the African church fathers and their theology. It's going to be an amazing class. Thursday, we have Pastor Jerome Gay, who's going to be talking about the importance of church hurt and how it leads to destruction. Friday, our apologist friend D. New is going to talk to us about debunking the claims of Hebrew Israelism. And then on Sunday, the 23rd, I'll be covering the subject of genocide in the Bible. If you're interested in this, please go to my website, www.greaterworksdiscipleship.com, for more information. I love y'all, and we'll see you again on tomorrow with more important figures in church history. God bless.